Hi, wrestling fans. Thanks for clicking today's Dreaded D Rose report. Hey, my latest evaluation of WWE Network. If you don't have it, I think you ought to. If you're a wrestling fan, I think you ought to be looking into it, because the $9.95, the price for that is very good. I mean, it's a good, decent price, and for what you get. And like I say, I don't know whether it's actually going to end up hurting their DVD sales in the long run, because you got the whole schmear. What they sell years ago, the volume set of WrestleManias, I think it was 25 in the volume or 20, I forgot what it was now, but well, it was quite a bit of money. And now you've got it right there, all volumes, all pay-per-views. I don't know how many there are altogether. They go by hours or minutes or something like that. I'm not sure how many pay-per-views there are on it, but it's tremendous, and if you got a good setup, TV-wise, good picture too. Now, I haven't noticed, I know it's not like that on the older ones, but I haven't really noticed whether it's got surround or not. It could be stereo, but haven't really checked into that. I have to go to one speaker and then the other, back and forth, and go to the back ones and see how they sound. But all right, anyway, Totino's Pizza Rolls will have a special activities, I guess, at this year's WrestleMania 30 Access events as a part of WWE's new partnership with the brand. All right, now this was kind of neat if this would be done. While CM Punk was never scripted into last Monday's Raw in Chicago before the confirmation came down that he would not be appearing, there was some chatter, at least hopes, backstage by WWE and people work there, that maybe he would come out and do some sort of maybe a retirement speech, farewell speech, or let me turn this down now, or do a little bit of something to just kind of close the book on he and WWE. But that didn't happen. But there was also some talk of maybe doing a four-way at WrestleMania 30 with Punk, Bryant, Batista, and Orton. But because of the situation, him staying away from the company, they can't promote it, and they're not going to have anything to do with it. WWE's Best of Raw After the Show DVD and Blu-ray will come out on April 22nd. I wonder if they're going to be showing the difference from last year to this year on DVD sales. I think it's just going to tank out. Of course, a lot of people can't afford to get the network, so one DVD, not buying that would pay for the network. Many WWE NXT fans, they were upset to hear Leo Cougar changing his name to the gimmick of Adam Rose's character. But reaction after last night's debut of Rose on NXT was very positive, and Rose tweeted the following after the match, which I didn't understand. Says, "This boy Adam is blushing. My rosebuds, you have warmed my little heart tonight." Oh, I guess maybe he's talking about the fans or his little rosebuds. Isn't that cute? Leo Kruger's no longer. 2014 Hall of Famer Lidl launched a Facebook page. I'm going to have to check that out. And the WWE website added the Moondogs Rex and King to their alumni section. I don't know where Spot is. Cody Rhodes noted on Twitter that today's episode of JBL Show that comes out around 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time will showcase a part of the business that's always been a secret. Uh-oh. I wonder if they're going to say something like it's scripted or something just horrendous. I hope not. All right, former WWE star Big Vito was apparently rushed to the hospital yesterday as he underwent emergency surgery for an unknown condition. His girl noted on Facebook that he had a mishap and had to go to the emergency room and is going to be okay after the surgery. I'll let you know more on that later, but I have mishaps all day long and never go to surgery, never go to the hospital. It's just mishaps. Anyway, TNA Lockdown pay-per-view on Sunday. Here's the way every show, every match, I guess, is going to be in the steel cage. Lethal Lockdown match is going to be MVP, Team MVP, with MVP Hardy and the Wolves taking on Team Dixie, Bobby Roode, Austin Aries, and Bro Bands. Another steel cage match for the World Heavyweight title is going to be Samoa Joe taking on Magnus. Steel cage for TNA Knockouts, Gail Kim taking on Madison Rain. Steel cage match for Last Man Standing is going to be Gunner and Storm. Steel cage for Ethan Carter III taking on Kurt Angle. And steel cage for Mr. Anderson and Samuel Shaw. They're just fighting and wrestling for the hell of it, I guess. Don't like each other. And a steel cage match for Manic and Tiger Uno. And I think there's one other steel cage match. Hey, as noted though, February 27th episode of TNA Impact Wrestling scored a 0.95 rating and about 1.6 million viewers, and that's the same show that that WWE, that was on at the same time WWE's NXT Arrival show went up against each other. Well, when the ratings first came out, there was talk that it had hurt bad. It was hurt bad by NXT Arrival, but the quarter-hour ratings and other data says otherwise. Impact got its usual strong lead-in from, of course, Cops, and opening at 1.12 rating, which was down from 1.4 the week before. One could assume that the drop was due to NXT, but since NXT ended at 10 p.m., you would assume that that would lead into a big comeback at Impact's second hour, but that didn't happen. Now, it could be that maybe when people got done with the network and that show, that when it ended, maybe they stayed on the network and surfed around to see what else they can uncover on the network. Who knows? But Impact had the usual increase at 10, but dropped hard to 0.83 about 10:15. But a lot of times it just depends on who's what match is on there. Now, WWE stock jumped up 10% today, closed at awful close to $30 a share now. And this is the highest WWE stock has closed since the company went public in 1999. All right, one of Jim Cornette's recent appearances in the UK noted that if WWE wanted to induct he and the Midnight Express, Des Condry and Bobby Eaton to the Hall of Fame, you know, that would he accept and be glad to be a part of it, because he's been very proud of his, all of his career, which I think he's been in about every organization. Cornette feels it would be fitting for the three of them to be acknowledged by WWE. Cornette has also doubted that it would happen anytime soon. So as far as I know, the last time he was associated with WWE was he was down in OVW for years, training people, organizing people, doing their show, commenting and commentating down there. And then all at once, I don't know whether he had a problem with Danny Davis down there or what, but then he just left and hadn't been back. So I don't know whether it had to do with WWE or just OVW. He should be in there at least under the, don't they have a manager's wing and then the wrestling ring or wing? But maybe it's all just lumped together. All right, I know they got the celebrity wing. Lillian Garcia has several performances lined up for her band for NASCAR weekend in Las Vegas this coming weekend. And former WWE TNA personality Bruce Pritchard, 51 years old today, former WCW personality Sergeant Craig Pittman, 55. Tylene Buck, her Major Guns, 42 years old. I don't know if that's her age or... Hey, thanks for clicking, you guys. I gotta go.